Hello, this is the Voice of Truth Ministry again, and this is your host, Apostle Rosalind Solomon, and I have something for you about Shiba Inu and the Dogecoin. I hope I spelled Doge right. I think I spelled it Dodge. Doesn't matter. And then there's a third coin. All right. I had two visions. It was like the last day. Shiba Inu was like real high, and it was starting. No, it had went down. Yeah, it had went down because the coin market upped the coins from 349,000 to 300 to 594,000, but now it's down to 549,000. And I had asked God, I was like, God, are they gonna fix it? And He has showed me in an image 394,000 Shiba coins. So I think that's what they're gonna drop it to eventually, right? Because that's what made it go down, and it caused FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. So then I went to sleep that night, and then I had a vision of the Shiba Inu. It kept fluctuating. It kept going from 49. Like, I kept seeing the numbers like 49,000. Then it would go to 71,000. I don't know what that meant, but I saw the numbers 49,000 and 71,000. It kept fluctuating back and forth. Then the next night I went to sleep again, and then I saw it go all the way up to 80,000. And I'm like, I don't know what that means. So maybe you people who know more about these coins than I do, maybe you'll know what it means to fluctuate between 49,000 and 71,000. And then the next night I saw it go to 80,000. So in any event, I asked God what they meant. And He said He was showing me how it was going to go up really, really high. And He told me to tell His people to not give up. He understands if you decided to sell some, because you need the money and it was going up high. But He says not to give up, because I told y'all before, He said 5 times this thing was going to shoot up. It done shot up 3 times already. And He said when it shot up those 3 times, it would make His children a lot of money. He said, but a lot of His children were going to call themselves having diamond hands, and we're going to miss out, because when it dropped, it was going to drop substantially. And it did. And I told y'all that. So hopefully a lot of y'all with these diamonds hands did cash out some diamonds and kept some, right? So there are 2 more times, and I know one more time this year. I mean, maybe both times could happen this year, but I know one will happen this year, and then maybe another next year. It's going to go extremely high. As a matter of fact, He told me that when it goes high the 4th or 5th time, it was going to go higher than the last 2 times. He told me this. And like, I wasn't going to come on here and repeat this and make a video, because the enemy be trying to attack, trying to stop us. They don't want us to have nothing. They don't want to even want us to have a piece of bread to eat. And so how they can manipulate things, right? But God told me to do it because it was His hands. And then He told me, He said that everybody was like astounded by this coin going so high, and they kept saying they didn't understand it. They never seen nothing like it before. It was His hands. And what happens was, when they crashed, that's when they stopped it, because when they crashed it, they can manipulate it. So they crashed it, and that's when it stopped. Then they started speaking bad about it. Whenever these big whales come out and these rich people come out and start speaking bad about something, especially when it comes to digital currencies or stocks, that's the time you should buy it. Because they're trying to prevent you from buying it, because they know it's going to come out. Now, let me tell you something. These big whales, these rich people, these institutions, they want to make billions and millions off of this Shiba Inu. So they know they can't keep suppressing it, but they're trying to get it where everybody will run. They'll jump out, they'll sell it and get out of it. Then as soon as enough people got out of it, it goes up, and everybody's like, man, I should have waited. And then there's the Dogecoin, which is this one right here. Yes, we know the Dogecoin has not been doing that great since April or May, when it went to 74 cents. And there's a purpose and a reason for that as well. They have suppressed the price of the Dogecoin because so many people, millionaires came. You know, you got millionaires making videos and stuff. You know, so if they suppress the coin long enough, many people will get out, and they have. And even Robinhood is suffering because Dogecoin was like what 70% of the revenue, I think, and even they are suffering. They've lost a lot of money because a lot of people have left the Dogecoin community and went to Shiba Inu, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other altcoins, right? So do not give up on Dogecoin because I saw it trailing the Shiba Inu. It wasn't trailing the Shiba Inu as high, but it was trailing. So that means it's going to go up again. It could go to 40 cents, 50, 60, 74 cents. Could even go to $1. You never know. But I know it's going to go back up again. Will it go as high as the Shiba Inu? I don't know. So I'm just here to tell you, you know, get you a couple of thousand of Dogecoin. Don't give up on it. And then there's another coin that I happened to come across because on one of the apps, on one of the apps that I have, you could go on there and look and see, you know, how your coins is doing. And if you want to scroll down, you can see other new coins. So I happened to see this other coin, and it was called Dodgeland Elon, something like that, right? And I was like, where did that coin come from? So I went and I prayed and I asked God, I said, God, can I buy some of this coin? Because it's real cheap. I think you could get like 35,000 coins for like $6 or $9. But on this app that I saw it on, they put a cap on it. But the other apps, I don't know. It's not on Coinbase, but I saw it on other crypto apps that I only used two other ones, and I saw it. And one of them was I think it was crypto.com. And the other one, I don't use it, but I was online and I saw it on there. I think it was Uniswap, I think. But I know it's definitely on crypto.com, right? But on crypto.com, they restrict you. You can't buy, let's say you want to buy 1 million of it, 1 million coins. You can't. They restrict you, I think, at 35,000 a day, something like that, right? But I asked God about that coin, and I said, I had this good feeling in my spirit about that coin. And I was like, it has like 6 zeros like Shiba Inu, right? And I said, Daddy, all you got to do is drop 1 zero like this Shiba Inu, and this thing is going to be good. So I asked him, I was like, can I, invest a little in this? Because they only let you get a little anyway every day, right? And so he told me to go ahead and invest in it. So I asked him, could I share it? And he told me, yeah. So I had never heard of Dodgeland Elon coin before until 2 days ago. And the Lord told me to go ahead and invest in it. He said because it would do like Shiba Inu did, but he didn't say when. He said they will drop a zero. In fact, 2 zeros will be dropped from it. But he didn't say when. So I'm just letting you guys know about that too. So maybe the exchanges y'all use, you can find it on there, but it's not on Coinbase, right? So I came to tell you that, and I came to tell you that the Lord said, and you guys know I've been very accurate with these coins. Every coin I ever told y'all about that God showed me in visions or told me about has made people money. And I ain't talking little trinkets. And I told y'all Shiba Inu was going to go up 3 times. And I saw it in the vision 2 months prior to it happening. And it made millionaires, and you would think that it would have made me one, but I'm being scarce with my money, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't invest in it the way I should have invested in it, because I could have been almost a millionaire. Because when the Lord told me about it, it was like mad cheap, like the Dodgeland Elon coin, right? So I was like, all right, Daddy, I'm not missing it on this one. So I went and bought some, right? But you can't get like 1 million of them. They only let you get like 35,000 coins a day, which is like $6 to $10, I think, right? That's all they let you get. But, at least you could get something, right? But so y'all know, and like people be like, you know what? Every time Daddy tell you about a coin, let me know. Even stocks. I told people, I was telling my brother in the Lord about some stocks, and they went up, and I had got like the two that God said, and it had went up. And but me, I don't stick around with stocks. Once they go up and I make a little change, I'm gone. I'm totally gone. I'm totally gone. But I still hold on to some AMC because I know that's coming. Because I saw that too coming again. Because when I told y'all about the first time, it went all the way to $75, and a lot of people made money, right? That was like a couple months ago. So it's coming again. So look, I have to say this. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a guru on these coins and stocks. You know, I have some financial training, but not to be coming on here talking, teaching y'all. So, I'm putting a disclaimer out there. You can't blame me, and I'm letting you know when you go and buy coins and stock, you are doing a at-risk gain. That's what it's called, at-risk gain, right? So you risking at your own recognizance. So you can't come back and sue Rosalind, because it might not have worked out for you. All right. And so I'm just putting that disclaimer out there in the name of Yeshua Jesus, right? But the Lord told me to come in here and tell y'all, do not give up on Shiba Inu, because it's going to hit 2 more times, once this year and next year. And pray against the enemy trying to disrupt it and stop it. Because it was supposed to be a penny by now, and that would have really made people millionaires, but they crashed it. It was on its way. As a matter of fact, I think it had reached it, but when it crashed it, it brought it back down. So, you pray against any of the enemy's tactics of trying to crash it, stall it, bring it down. Whatever you're trying to stop millionaires from coming, or hundredaires or thousandaires from coming, and that everybody has a fair gain at it, not just the rich people. Big whales, they call them, in institutions and so forth like that, but all of you who cashing out your Shiba Inu, you need to go back and buy it, because it's going, when it comes again the next 2 times, it's going to be, I know at least one of them are going to be higher than the last 2 times, so that means it will go to a penny. All right. And these big wigs, they know it, and they trying to get y'all to get out of it. So when it happens, you missed out on it because they want to take it off. So you stay in it. And they won't be able to exclude you out of it, and stay in Dodge, get you a couple of thousand, because I think it's 26 cents now. So a couple of thousand, what is it, like $1,000, $2,000, or get you 1,000, maybe that's like $500. Just get you something so you can have some skin in there. So when that go up, but I don't know when that's going to go up or how much, but I know it's going to go up again, right? So, and then if you can get the Dodgeland, Elon, I think they named it after Elon Musk. If you could get that coin, go for it, because it's right now it has 6 zeros plus that 0.07. So if they take a 0 off of it, like Shiba Inu, it's gonna, oh man, it's gonna go through the roof. That could make people a lot of money too. So, but depending on the app you on, crypto.com only giving you 35,000 to buy a day. They limited it because it's only like, I think it's 4 point something billion of it. It's not like Shiba Inu where it's trillions right now. But they're burning off a lot of Shiba Inu coins. Even the Shiba Inu Falconer guy said that he didn't put any more coins in there, and that was a mistake on Coinbase. And they're supposed to be fixing it, but they ain't did it yet. But I did see 394 trillion. It was either 344 or 394 trillion Shiba Inus. I saw it drop to that. So we just gonna wait and see. All right. So I'm here to tell you, your father said, do not give up on it, because it was his hand making it go the way it did. They were trying to stop it and they couldn't. So all the systems crashed at the same time. All the apps, all of them. So that's how you know it was a joint venture. And you literally could watch them, literally sit there and watch them fluctuate the numbers as it crashed. So that showed me that they can manipulate it. And when they did that, then all of a sudden the market cap comes out with these extra 2 trillion something coins. I was like, Daddy, They did it. They stopped that penny. It was there. The penny was there. But because they crashed it, it disappeared. I'm like, they manipulating. Ain't that something, y'all? That's why they want everything to go digital. So they can manipulate. Wipe your behind out. And also, the Lord told me to tell people to pray and ask him, the banks or bank you're using, is that a bank that you should continue to use? Ask him, is whatever banks you're using right now, ask him, should you continue to use those banks, or should you look for another bank that's more trustworthy with your money? Because it's going to be issues with the bank in the future. It could happen next year or 2023. I'm not saying, the banks is going to crash. And if the banks did crash, there's a $250,000 FDIC insurance. So if you have $250,000 less in your bank account, your money would never be wiped out. It would be protected. But if you have money that's over $250,000, like $350, $1 million, $10 million, your money could be wiped out, but not totally, or it can just be restricted where you can't withdraw it, or you can't withdraw all of it, So just pray and ask God, the bank you're dealing with, or banks, is that the banks you should be dealing with? And if not, show you which banks you should be dealing with. Because, people don't notice when crashes do happen, not all banks crash. Some, but not all. It depends on the volume of the money that they have coming in and they've invested. Because, all our money in the bank accounts and savings accounts and investor stocks accounts, they trade our money on a daily basis. The banks actually owe us a lot of money, to tell you the truth. And we are not really the debtors. The bank is, because the banks are rich because of our money. If you stop, let's say Wells Fargo, if everybody who has an account with Wells Fargo stop putting money in Wells Fargo, do you know they would tank and their stock would tank? Now, they have money on reserve maybe to keep themselves afloat for a while. But if the consumers are not putting money in the bank and they're steadily taking it out, eventually the bank will fold and someone will take it over as a merger. So basically, we're not the debtors, but they make us look like the debtors, but we're not. We're actually the owners of the money that flows through the bank. We're actually maybe 50 to 70% of holders and owners of money that flows through the bank. And the other 30-40% is theirs that will keep them afloat if people would stop putting money in there, right? And so all the interest they're making off of our accounts, we should be entitled to that, but we're not, because they made us the debtor instead of the banks. If they made the banks the debtors, then we would get the interest. But because they made us the individual debtors, they made us like independent bankers. Like, you hold an account in the bank. You may hold a business account, personal account. You may have investments, so they made you a personal banker. So when you go in the bank, you make banking transactions. You go in there to get your money or to deposit your money. And you may get a little interest off of your money, depending on the type of account you have. Or if you have like an investment account, IRA account, retirement account, you are getting interest on that, but you're not getting the whole amount that you should be getting. So every time you go to the bank and you go up to a bank teller, you are doing a banking transaction. You're either withdrawing or taking or adding, right? So that makes you an independent banker, but you are a debit banker. So therefore, you're not entitled to any interest, too much interest that comes in your account that the bank uses on a daily basis to trade your money. Ain't that something? They made us independent bankers, but debtors. So when they trade our money and all that millions and gazillions of dollars they make of interest, they don't got to share none of it with us. They give us that little 1%, 2%, 3% yielding, if that. They just set this man, the devil, he knew what he was doing. But that's okay, because one day God will break that system, right? And if they go all digital, guys, they control the money. Like one day you can have $2 million in your account. You can wake up the next day and it's gone, because it's digital money. It's money in the air. Like I saw in 2009, a lot of y'all remember this vision. No, not 2009, 2012 or 2013. I had a vision where all this money was falling out of the air and people was picking it up, and God told me that's digital money. Digital money is coming. So I didn't understand it at that time. When he said digital money, I understood that. But I didn't really understand the depth of the dream until this day. So I saw all these people getting this money falling out of the sky, right? And these were normal people. These were not rich people at all. These were people who were suffering. And I now know they were the children of the Most High. And there were even some sinners in there, right? So, like, he was letting me know that digital money was coming, but he's also letting me know that digital money, he was going to use it to make his children wealthy. He's going to use it to give his children money. And with these cryptos and these stocks, in these portfolios, he's been doing just that this year alone. This year alone. Look at Bitcoin. Whoever had Bitcoin, yeah, I mean, they good. Ethereum, whoever had that, they good. That's supposed to go to 10,000 one day. I saw that. You know what I'm saying? And I told y'all Bitcoin was going to go surpass 62,000. I told y'all God said it, and it did. You may even see it go to 100,000 or over that in one day. You never know. You know, but Bitcoin too expensive for a sister. I mean, those of you who got money like that, they can go buy a couple of coins, then more power to you. But you know, I'm staying in my lane right now. I'm staying in my lane. I'm saying I ain't trying to get out my lane. So, I just came to tell y'all that. So do not give up on Shiba Inu, Dogecoin. Look into the new coin, Dodgeland. Elon, because daddy said they will drop a zero and then eventually another zero will drop, and that money you will make a lot of money off of those coins. But on some of these coin things, you can't get as much as you could with the Shiba Inu when it was, I think it was like a $700 or something dollars for 100 million at that time. You can't do that with this one. You're gonna have to get whatever you could get. It depends on the exchange. Some exchanges you might could buy as much as you want, you know. But me, I'm not circulating to be on all these exchanges. I just stick to one or two, and that's gonna be it. You know, that's gonna be it. So I just came to tell y'all that do not give up on the Shiba Inu, Dogecoin. Look into Dodgeland, Elon Musk, because that's gonna make people money in the future. And that's basically all I came to tell y'all. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. Buying stocks and crypto is at-risk gain, so you cannot hold me, Rosalind Solomon, accountable at all. And please take this to the Lord. And yes, I've been very accurate from God with all these coins, and many of you have made money because of it. Many of you wouldn't even have known about some of these coins if God didn't tell me. Right? And there's another coin I told them about on Facebook. I think it's in a video on here. It's called Request Coin. And then there's another coin called Cody, COTTI. God told me about this Cody coin when it was like 10 cents, and I didn't even bother. Oh, I know what happened. The app that I was on was the only one that had the Cody at that time. Coinbase didn't have it. And they were restricting you to only 50 or 60 of those coins a day. So I was like, I ain't even gonna mess with this coin. And then I went back because God told me about it, and I went back and got like 200 of the coin. But I got so frustrated with it because I was trying to cash it out, and they was giving me a hard time cashing out because of restrictions on it. Then finally they let me cash it out on that app, and I was like, you know what, I ain't messing with this coin. So then God was like, go on Coinbase and look for that Cody coin. And I was like, Coinbase don't have that Cody coin. So I went on there and it was there. And I think it was 30 cents or something there. And it had went, now it's like 63 cents. Oh no, it's 53 cents. It was 63 cents. And even then I still didn't buy it because, you know, at that time I needed the money I had. So then I went back when I had some extra money and I went and bought some of it. And it went up to 63 cents. Now it's down to 55 cents. So that is a good coin because he told me about it. Cody, COTTI, and that request coin. He had, and then I told y'all months ago about the AMP coin, AMP, and he told me it was gonna go up, and I invested in it, and it went up, and I winded up selling it all because I'm not a long-term investor. Whatever I make, I'm out. Right? But a lot of other people got it and they made money and they kept it. So I think it's going back up again. But, you know, I had cashed mine out. So Oh well, but I made something off of it, some other people did. Because, I'm not trying to be a millionaire from these coins. I'm just trying to get it where I could get it and get in and get out. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for God to make me a millionaire. I ain't looking for no coins. And I tell everybody that don't look for these coins to make you millionaires. If they happen to make you a millionaire or more, then that's a blessing. But if not, at least they can give you something to make your life more comfortable, help you pay off some bills, help your children, your family, your spouse, buy you some new furniture, maybe help you with a new car, help you to invest in other things that that will turn out better. That's what it could do for you. That's the power of a blessing from the Lord. And he told me that October was going to be the money month, and so was November and December, and we're seeing it. And I gave y'all a word on here that he said he was going to be blessing his children like crazy this month, next month, and in December, so that you can carry this into 2022. See, people don't understand this. If the laws of the kingdom of God and the times and the season of God, although it's a man-made years, New Year's, like when you go into another year, right, and you go into that year and you don't have that much money, you really don't have nothing. This kind of like setting the stage for the rest of your year. But, praisely that we have Father God, that he can shift and change those things. But the way he was explaining it to me is what you carry from the previous, he doesn't call it years, he calls it previous seasons. And in the heavens, there's 5 seasons. Man's time, there's 4 seasons. So what you carry from the season of God from one season to another, if you're carrying some volume with you into the new season that's coming, then you're going to get even more volume in that season. If you're carrying much, much less volume or hardly any volume, you will still yield a harvest if you're living right for God, but you won't get as much as you could have got if your harvest was more volume the year before. And every year that goes by and every new season that you turn another year older, your life that year is supposed to be better than the last year. Right? So if you keep going into all these years and none of your years are improving or getting better, and financially you're still struggling or it's getting worse, then there's something wrong there. There's ancestral curses, or there's reincarnation curses, from your ancestors in your past life and stuff like that, right? And so you really, really need to talk to God. You really need to ask him to get into the root of your heart and bring stuff out, because that's where everything really is, in the heart and the soul, And the spirit carries the memory of your past lives as well, but you can only get them to resurface from the heart and then eventually from the soul, because the soul and the heart is connected, right? So that's all for now. So be blessed, guys. Have a great, great day, great, great week. Talk to you soon, and hold on this. Don't give up on those in Yeshua's name.